Next question is for Scott. According to LA City Ethics, over $1.7 million has been spent so far in this campaign to persuade voters. What statement or statements from the opposing campaign team about you would you like to address? And that's
Well,
we'll do 2 minutes and then 3 minutes
yeah,
and then 1 minute rebuttal.
yes. What I find so interesting is when I look at the statements, I see millions of dollars dropped into my opponent's campaign. I'm dialing for dollars all the time, talking to our constituents, trying to get them to contribute to help me win this campaign. My component is a charter school man, as you know. Lots of help from the charter school division, from billionaires like Bill Bloomberg, who just dropped millions of dollars to help them out in this campaign. There is such a dislike of public schools and such a dislike of wanting to privatize schools. It's very, very sad. That is my biggest problem, is the way that the charter school industry is dropping money into this campaign and not giving the public school person a chance to win for public school children.
Okay, Dan, 3 minutes.
Well, as a UTLA member and a LA Unified public school teacher, again, I'm just deeply, deeply saddened by the rhetoric coming from Scott. It's just, I think it is deplorable. We're all public school students, we're all public school teachers, we're all public schools, period. End of story. And LA Unified is big enough for all of us, and we need all of us. And I'm tired of the division. I'm tired of the fake narratives that are being put out there. They're really just serving to incite um, awful behavior from adults that hurt kids. And it has to stop. And I challenge you, Scott, to stop dividing public school families and public school families, public school teachers from public school teachers, public school schools, and trying to put us in our camps. It's not necessary. LA Unified is big enough, and that's just what I stand for. And I'll say there are a couple of things that you said that in particular, it seems like you're trying to stoke these divisions. This idea of privatization is fake, it's false. There is no for-profit public school anywhere. These are all charities, right? So the idea there's an industry and there's privatization, it's not real. And it's just being used by a very small group of adults to stoke division in our public school families. And I'm upset by it, and I stand for doing the opposite. Like, I'm going to bring us all together, and I'm going to lead from that place where we're doing our best for every public school family, teacher, staff member in Los Angeles. And I'll just say, Scott might say that, there are people that are putting money into campaigns, but Scott's benefited from millions and millions and millions of dollars over the course of his last 3 campaigns from special interest groups that are trying to push an agenda as well. And we see what this agenda is. We see it from Scott's words. It is division, right? It is trying to break people apart, and it's trying to have students protest other students, families protest other families at our public school campuses. And, if that is what we are all up against, everybody on this call, right? Like, we need to stand against this distorting, this division that's being pushed, and the literal millions of dollars that are going into these fake narratives to divide public school families.
Would you like to take a minute?
Yeah, we're talking about, for example, teachers. I'm supported by UTLA. I'm supported by school police. I'm supported by all Democratic organizations, the unions. And we're talking about teachers who are dropping $25 into the campaign versus millionaires who are dropping millions into the other campaign. And believe it or not, there is a campaign for privatization of our schools, and Dan is the leader of that privatization of our schools, and that is the actual truth. My interest is in teachers and kids, and that's it. That's it. And Dan knows it's true. Dan knows it's true. But it's okay. He knows it's true.
Can I respond?
Sure, we'll do
Is there
another
room for
minute
a
each.
rebuttal here?
We'll
Yeah,
do
well, again, I have way more $25 donations than Scott as evidence of the campaign that I'm running that's reaching out and getting a lot of momentum. But I want to come back to this, the sort of the continual mistruths and, the innuendos that Scott likes to throw out. And I'll just ask a couple of just very simple questions to Scott. Scott, you were a lifelong Republican up until 2019. You voted in the closed Republican primary that had Donald Trump, John Kasich, Ted Cruz on it. I mean, here's a question. Who did you vote for in the closed Republican primary of 2016? Can you answer that question honestly? The second question I'd ask you, Scott, is did you in fact defund the police? Did you cut the LA Unified School police budget by $25 million? Did you vote for that? Yes or no? Two questions for you. Can you answer them honestly?
Okay, Scott, want to take a minute?
I'm endorsed by all the Democratic Party leaders in Los Angeles County, in the state of California. I don't understand why we keep bringing this back. And we'll post our link of donations to this campaign. Again, lies, more lies, lies. It's a shame. It's really sad. It's really sad that there's so much lying going on behalf of Dan Chang and his backers.
I asked two very simple questions, Scott.
Now, you don't ask me any questions. I'll answer whatever I feel like answering. This is a debate, okay?
Well, I think that's clear.
I'm also endorsed by your faculty, in case you didn't know that. Your faculty endorsed me. Madison Middle School faculty endorsed me. And that says a lot about you and your performance at your school, just so you know. Just so you know. And that's a true statement. I hope you're going to say that. I hope you're going to say that that is a true statement.
I am totally unaware of that.
Oh, you're aware of it.
I guess I would just ask maybe a more simple and direct question, like, did you vote for Donald Trump?
The answer is no. Does that make you happy? The answer is no.
So
the
then,
answer is no.
You voted.
That's
you voted for Ted Cruz. You voted for John Kasich.
The answer is no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I mean, who did you vote for in 2016? I mean, every single one of those candidates that you that you could have voted for in 2016 don't believe a woman should have a right to their own reproductive rights, their own medical freedom.
Carl, time.
Every single one of those candidates that you could have voted for, that you did vote for in 2016,
Carl,
moving on,
did not believe a woman should have control of their own medical decisions.
Carl, I'm also supported by Planned Parenthood. Just so you know, Planned Parenthood has endorsed me.
Do they know
also.
your voting record? Because I don't think you have a history of telling the truth to people in these endorsement meetings.
Thank you, gentlemen.
As you see here,
gentlemen,
I ask very simple questions and you don't respond to them. But that's your prerogative, Scott.